Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. I'm Azka here. I'm the SAA for today's meeting. I welcome you all for the 205th meeting of Personal Growth Advanced Leadership Toastmasters Club. To begin with, I will say that I just missed all the faces and the vibe that I get every day on every Saturdays. So let's recall our promise. As a member of Toastmasters International and my club, I promise to attend club meetings regularly to prepare all of my projects to the best of my ability. As every one of us have our missions, let's recall the mission of our club. The mission of our club is to provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to enhance their communication and leadership skills, personal growth, and achievement of their Toastmasters goals. Today, our theme is Dream Dream Audacious Goals. And let's give a warm round of applause for our Toastmaster of the day, Anvita. Anvita, the floor is yours.
Aim for the stars. You will at least reach the moon. We have all heard this phrase, haven't we? What would happen if we aimed for the entire galaxy? That's an audacious goal. Good day, Toastmasters and your guests. Any goal which stretches our imagination and pushes us beyond our limits are audacious goals. They might make people raise their eyebrows or question our sanity. But these are the goals that have the power to change the world around us. Dreamers and thinkers are have audacious imagination. Elon Musk wants to colonize Mars. Marie Curie had a goal of understanding the complexities of radiation. Thomas Alva Edison imagined the world lit by light bulbs. Martin Luther King had a dream of seeing the world where everyone are equal. All these audacious goals transformed humanity. We don't have to be rich or famous to have audacious goals. Even we can have them. Whether it is building a business, mastering a skill, or doing something good for the community. We can set goals which will help us come out of our comfort zone and do something extraordinary. The key to success is not avoiding failures, but embracing them. That's why set dreams that will scare you because it will adapt, it will make you grow, and it will help you transform yourself. Set audacious goals and take action. Be a dreamer. I see that we have a guest amongst us. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Hello, fellow Toastmasters. This is Abdul Mojid. I am from Dhaka, Bangladesh, and I am a Toastmasters last 6 months. I joined last June in 2024, and I have completed my level 1, and I'm in level 2. My level is dynamic leadership. So, thank you so much.
Thank you. Please give him a big round of applause. We have another guest with us today. Irfan, would you like to introduce yourself?
Thank you. My name is Irfan, and I previously participated in a few meetings of the Toastmaster Club. So, thank you.
Welcome to our club, Irfan. Please give him a big round of applause. Next, I would like to welcome our grammarian for today, Isam, to give us the word of the day.
Thank you, Anvita. The word for today I have chosen aspire. Aspire means to direct one's hopes or ambition forward, achieving something great. Thank you, Anvita.
Thank you, Isam. I recommend all of you to use the word of the day, which is aspire. If you aspire to be a better speaker, then Toastmasters is the place to be. Now let us move on to our prepared speeches session. We have two speakers lined up. Our first speaker is DTM John. He says that in his 74 years of living on this planet, he is still learning. His thirst for knowledge knows no boundaries. He has to control his impetus to the subjects that he needs for everyday life so that he doesn't go off on tangents and get lost in other areas of academia. That's life, and he is enjoying it. Please put your hands together to DTM John, Brain Fog. Brain Fog, DTM John.
You're emotionless. You're dead inside. This is what I heard from my brothers on the day of my mother's funeral. I was quite, at the time, emotionless, whereas my brother's emotions were all out there, crying and sort of lamenting and that sort of thing. Now, to put it in some context, my mum had been ill for some time, over 7 years, in fact. And at that time, we was in the hospital because she had a stroke, and we all ended up in the hospital. And we were called in, and the doctor said she's not going to last till the next morning. She's having strokes every 5 minutes, which is destroying her brain. We sat around the bed all night, and about 7 o'clock in the morning, my mum's eyes opened, looked around, and she said, "What are you all doing here?" Just like that. It had destroyed a lot of her brain, unfortunately. She had dementia, and she lost some of her faculties as well as she was incontinent. So we had to make sure that she had people looking after her. So she went into a hospice. Fatima and I used to visit every day for about 3 years. And the reason we went in every day is because one day I visited and my mum said, "I'm hungry." So I said to the nurse, I said, "Did you feed mum today?" She said, "Oh no, Wendy did it." So I went and found Wendy. "Wendy, did you feed mum today?" She said, "No, Carol did it." I went to find Carol. Carol said Wendy did it. She hadn't been fed. So what I did, and Fatima was with me as well. Every breakfast time we came in, we fed her. Every dinner time we came in, we fed her. Every tea time or dinner, as you call it, we came in and we fed her. And we did this for over 3 years. So I could see over those 3 years how my mum was deteriorating over those 3 years. And when my mum was cognitive and talking, the most question she used to ask me is, John, kill me. I don't want to be like this. Do something. And this is what my mum used to say to me most of the time. That's when she knew who I was. Sometimes she'd scream as I walked in and shout, there's a strange man in my room. Yeah. Other times she thought I was my dad. So she'd be holding my hand and things like that. So even though she lived 7 years, she didn't really live, in my opinion, because she was on a bed. Never got up, never went anywhere. They changed her nappy or diaper or whatever you call it, when an old person has got one on. And that was her life. So when they called me to say your mum's had a really big stroke, we think it's a heart attack as well, and I went to the hospice, they were wheeling into the ambulance. And my mum had a serene look on her face. And in that instant, I knew she'd gone. And in one way, for my mum's sake, I felt sad, but happy that she'd gone now and not all have that pain and that suffering and the thinking she wanted to kill herself and couldn't do it. So that was my feelings and thoughts and emotions at the time. So when I came to the funeral, I would say I was pleased that my mother died because she's my mother. But in one way, I was happy that she was not going through what she had to go through, that she was going through daily in that place. So when my brothers said these things to me, it was upsetting. It would be, yeah, because they only visited my mother about once every 3 or 4 months, where I was there every day. So that was the difference. That's the context. Now, feelings are what people have all the time. And the reason I've said this today is because I was talking to a rook today. You might call him a blackbird. And I always believe that me and Fatima walk around Mali, and we see rooks, blackbirds, what you want to call them, and they don't run away from us. When people come towards them, they fly away. But when we come towards them, they'll sit there and we talk to them. And I've always found, because in mythology, blackbirds or rooks are the ones that take the dead people or the dead souls to heaven. So I've always had an affinity with rooks. And today I was sitting there at Fatima's university and a rook came and sat just a little way away from me. And I was talking to this rook and it reminded me about my mum and her emotions like that. But emotions are different from everybody. Everybody in this room has different ways of dealing with certain things. So emotions are not static. So if you've got emotions, you want to show emotion or you don't show emotions, that's entirely up to your prerogative. Back to you, Amvita, Toastmaster of the Day.
Please give a big round of applause to TTM John. That was a very sad and emotional speech which you just gave us. I cannot even imagine how you dealt with the whole situation, because she was hospitalized for so many years and then you had to make her eat for 3 years. Then she passed away and you felt the feelings you felt. I cannot even imagine that. Thanks for sharing your emotions with us. Now let us move on to our next speech. Our next speaker is Toastmaster Aska. She believes in the importance of cultivating a happy mindset. Please put your hands together to Toastmaster Aska. Happiness is a mindset. Happiness is a mindset, Toastmaster Aska.
Thank you, Toastmaster Anvita. A very good evening to all Toastmasters and guests. To begin with, I want to ask you a question. How do you define happiness? Can you write in the chat log? What is your meaning of happiness? Ramesh said it's contentment. Yes, sure. I also believe that it's a lot about contentment. Teresa said happiness is having family to love. Absolutely. Peace, fulfillment of hope is just happiness. I have got very lovely answers from dear Toastmasters. I also agree with all of your viewpoints. Let's dig more into happiness. When we talk about happiness, a lot of things can come into our mind. Is it something materialistic? Is it a promotion you get or your wealth? Or is it what you feel inside? We all want to be happy, but how often do we think ourselves? How often do we think I'll be happy when I get that promotion, when I buy my dream house, or when I find the perfect relationship? The truth is, happiness doesn't come from external achievements. Rather than it is something you create, it's something that you can create from inside. So I want to say that happiness is a mindset, a deliberate way of seeing the world. And I'm here to convince you that by shifting your perspective, you can unlock the lasting happiness. And no matter what your circumstances. Recently, I have been talking about happiness a lot. I was doing a coaching training program to be a certified happiness and well-being coach. It sounds very happy for me. Throughout the program, we have been talking about how we can create happiness within. It is all about how we see ourselves, how we see our circumstances, how we feel, and the action that we take. Yes, the mindset. Let's imagine this situation. Imagine two people stuck in the traffic. One is honking, cursing, and fuming. The other, they have rolled down the window, turned on their favorite song, and enjoying the extra time to think. Same situation, but how they see the situation is very different, right? The difference lies in our mindset. The first person focused on what they couldn't control, and the other person, he focused on what he can control. So we can see the difference. And the person who focused on what he can control actually focused on what he can change. He turned the obstacle into an opportunity, right? So we can say that happiness doesn't come from a perfect life. It comes from how we respond to the imperfections of life. And the best part is this response is always within our control. When we talk about the science of positive mindsets, science backs up with this idea. Studies reveal that our brains have something called a negative bias. We are wired to focus on the problems, the threats. But the good part is that with practice, we can rewire our brains to focus on the positive. Let's take for an example gratitude. Researchers have found that who write down at least three things they are grateful about each day, they feel happier and more optimistic. Why can't we change our mindset and be happier people? Isn't it? And also it can impact our lives. It can make us more productive because we are training our mind to see the good things in our lives. To take some examples, let's consider a famous person, Oprah Winfrey. She grew up in poverty, had a lot of obstacles, and encountered countless setbacks. Yet today, she is one of the most influential figure in the world. She attributes much of her success to her mindset. She focused not on what she lacked, but what she could learn from the situation and what she can control, how she can grow. She once said the greatest discovery of all the time is that how she can change the future. And it is by changing the attitude. So how can we cultivate this positive mindset? First of all, let's reframe our challenges. Instead of saying, why is this happening to me? Ask, what can I learn from this? Focus on gratitude. Gratitude be something that we do every day. Be mindful of our situation. Be mindful of what we do and surround ourselves with positivity. Then we can be the person we aspire to be. Here, as I wrap down, I would like to give the message to all of you that let's think of how we can be happy. We all can be happy, but in order to do that, we need to change our mindset. Let's say our positive mindset so we can be happier. Mindset is your anchor during the storms, so you can win in life. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Raska. Please give her a big round of applause. To be happy in life, we have to control. We shouldn't try to control anything. We just have to focus on what we can control. Show gratitude and try to learn from every situation. These are the key takeaways from her speech. Thank you, Aska. Now let us move on to our next session, which is the table topic session. If you are aspiring to be a good impromptu speaker, then please participate in this session. Over to you, DTM Teresa.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster and Vita. Our theme today is audacious goals, and audacious means to be bold, fearless, and unflinching in or when obstacles appear. Audacious goals are achievements you aspire to achieve. Happiness, success, meaning in life, and integrity are worthy goals to strive for. Family and friends, finances, faith, and fitness are definitely part of audacious goals. And to become reality, audacious goals require not only clarity, but often complexity. And every day, you need to think about critical tasks that will lead you to achieve your goal. Which question or category does your audacious goal fall into? Happiness, success, meaning, or integrity? Tell us about your goal. Ism.
Happiness. I think since a couple of years, it's all about mindset. It's, as Ka just mentioned, looking at things in difficult situations, in different situations. What could go right? What could be the positive? What could be the opportunities? What is going to inspire us to do better? So I think that's how we look at things, how we set our minds to be happy. I have come across very difficult tasks, very difficult projects, but each of it, I look at it as an opportunity because it's not only for me, but for the whole organization that could give different aspirations and go to the next level so that we can grow as an organization. So whatever it is, whatever situation we are in, let's look at it from a different perspective. It could be a challenge, but again, the goal should be to overcome these challenges because there are multiple opportunities that we can look into. There are so many people we can seek help from. It's just taking that moment, thinking, reflecting, and then looking beyond. So for me, the goal that falls is always about happiness. Back to you.
Thank you very much. Happiness is about opportunity, definitely, and having a different perspective. Well said, and congratulations on that audacious goal in your life. Family and friends, who does your audacious goal include and why? Tell us a little bit more about family and friends and your audacious goal. Irfan, would you like to participate?
Thank you. First of all, I think rather than saying audacious goal, I have learned somewhere that goals should be smart. Smart means that this should be specific, measurable, and achievable. So audacious goals may not be achievable, and maybe we can share audacious dreams. We can dream whatever we want to achieve, but a goal, I think, is not audacious. So um, for life we dream, for our life we dream, but for work or for our daily job routine we make goals, and that goals may not be audacious. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Irfan, for your perspective on SMART goals and audacious dreams. You are so right. Dreams can be audacious, and SMART goals are definitely needed if you do have an audacious goal, and rightly so, attainable is one of the most important. Thank you. What is What is your audacious goal for fitness? Abdul, would you like to participate?
Thank you. Could you please tell me the synonym of audacious?
Bold, or something that you do with whether or not there's an issue or a problem. You're fearless in that situation. Audacious, fearless. Does that help? A strong goal. Yeah, something that you really, really want, but you know it may not be, as your friend told us, attainable.
Thank you, Table Topic Master, for giving me the floor. We are leader. We aspire to inspire others. So to achieve a goal, we all have goal and we want to achieve it. So first of all, a leader must have a good fitness. We should be healthy. So in my childhood, I wanted to gain my body fit. I went to gym to gain muscles and try to get six packs. But I didn't get it because I went to gym and after that I didn't take balanced diet and I love to eat. That's why I didn't get it. And recently I started walking and running to get my body fit. I think we human, we should do some physical activities for fitness, and it also help our mentally. It can also help our mental well-beingness. So I would like to achieve the goal if I would be fit. Over to you, Table Topic Master. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Abdul, for your response. And yes, it's all about health, and it is part of being fit to be healthy. Congratulations on your success and moving forward. You look to me like you do have six packs, but I can't see through your shirt, but you look very fit. So congratulations. What is your challenge? What is your challenge for achieving your audacious goal this year? What is your challenge for achieving your audacious goal this year? Kaushal, all time for you.
Oh, thank you. Madam Topic Master, fellow Toastmasters, and welcome guests. I'm happy to report that at my work, we finally have hired a new person. We've been down one person for many months now, which has caused work to really pile up and has caused our backlog to increase. I have a lot of audacity for the year ahead, not in just how I want to train our new employee, but how I want to help reinforce the knowledge of our procedures for all of our staff. I've learned how to create a living training manual, one that I can progressively update and then share on a regular basis so that everyone will have all the knowledge that they need in one area. And that way, when someone's wondering how to do something, it'll be in the manual. And if it's not in the manual, I'll put it in the manual and it'll get updated with the table of contents updating itself. I've just learned how to do this. So I have a lot of audacious hope for the year ahead that our program is going to do better and we are going to be able to manage our backlog once again. Madam Topic Master.
Thank you very much, Kaushal, for your response on being the mentor for those new people that are coming into your workplace, and also trying to move yourself forward in your administration tasks. So congratulations on that. And I just want to say, I wish I could work with you. Your job sounds so interesting. Your time was approximately 1:32.
Thank you.
And I believe I have time for one more. What are the 3 most critical tasks you have to accomplish each day if you are going to achieve your audacious goal? What are the 3 most crucial or critical tasks you do every day? Fatima.
Good evening from Malaysia to my fellow guests and fellow Toastmasters. Every day, when you have that big goal, and I'm a big planner, the first thing I do is every day I plan the day. Of course, sometimes it doesn't work according to your plans, things change. What I do is if I miss something today, then I take it and do it next day or try to do it the following day, which is important because consistency is where you will get. The second thing is you have to have a positive mindset. And this is what when I had cancer last year, I realized that unlike most cancer patients who have been talking to me, they say they have a challenging time. I did go through all the challenging times, but I had a positive mind. That's where I am today. And the third thing is the relationships that you have in your life. Along with the positive mindset, relationships, and of course the planning, which you need to continue if you want to aspire to be the best on the world, follow the best people and have that set of plans, and I promise you, you will have that big goal. Because at the end of the day, what you aspire to be needs to be broken down and followed through consistently. Day by day, you will get there. Some people, they want to jump up and reach the highest point, which will never happen. So, my dear friends, from today, if you want to achieve anything and if you want to aspire to be anything, I promise you can. You will do that. Just plan, positive mindset, and have the friendships. Over to you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Fatima. And yes, we see your planning and we see your consistency, regardless of what's going on around. And definitely the positive mindset is so important. And you bring that to us each week. So thank you and congratulations on that. Thank you very much for your assistance in table topics and looking at audacious goals and how each of us can aspire to achieve our own audacious goals. Back to you, Madam Toastmaster.
Thank you, DTM Teresa. Please give her a big round of applause. For those of us who aspire for personal growth and development, this table topic session was a treasure trove. I learned so many things. I learned that happiness is about opportunity. Health is wealth. We should have smart goals. We have to plan ahead to manage backlogs. Along with that, most importantly, we need to have a positive mindset in life. After this wonderful and informative session, it is time to see how we did in this meeting. We have our general evaluator who will provide her report now. Please put your hands together to DTM Fatima.
Hello, once again, here I am, the aspiring, the greatest leader, women leader that I want to follow all the women, and we need to join hands together. And it's a special month. That's why I talk about women, not excluding men. Now, as a general evaluator, this is a advanced Toastmasters club, so we don't really go into detail. Just we give an overview of what we do. So as a general evaluator, my role is to invite the evaluators and the technical role players to give their evaluation. So then to the speakers. Now let me invite the first speech evaluator for the first speaker. That is Lola, who will be evaluating Tasca, who did the first John. So Lola is actually giving her first speech evaluation, and I will try to give feedback. Usually we have somebody to evaluate you, so hopefully we can give you a written evaluation to you on your feedback. So Lola, over to you. Evaluators will have 2 to 3 minutes. So over to you, Lola. Take it away.
Thank you so much, Fatima, Miss Fatima. So this John, somehow I really like your speech because you used to have very funny speeches. I was expecting funny topic somehow, but you delivered your even if it was very sad experience, you delivered it very well and very efficiently, John. First of all, you engage with your audience. When you said in your at the beginning of your story, you said that your brother told you that why you're dead inside at your mother's funeral. It got me very curious why he said that, and you explained to us how your mother felt when she was in the hospital, what kind of experience you had when you said that, especially you guys visited every day. I thought that maybe it's once a day, but it was like maybe 3 times a day in order to make sure to feed her. And you explained the whole situation, and I really engaged with your story, with your experience, especially when you mentioned that when you ask Wendy whether your mom get food, whether she have eaten, she said, "Oh, Carly, she feed her." And then when you ask Carly, it's like she said that Wendy fed your mom. It was very sad experience, and I'm very proud of you guys that you guys make sure that you feed your mom. Even you came to the hospital many times daily in order to make sure that she got the right she get food. And you explained that she was going through so much pain. It was when she lost her whole cognitive, like she used to forget who you are. Sometimes she used to think that you are your dad. She used to ask you to kill her because of so much pain, whatever she's going through. You explained this very emotional, sad experience in a really well that I really felt what you're going through and what you meant, because in my life I had the same experience with my grandmother. So my grandmother, she could not walk. We had to take care of her for many years, and I know what you felt. And from your tone, from your body language, you don't use much tone or body language because of the sadness. We could feel your feelings. You did it very, you engage into us. We got this feeling from you. I really like it. And with, I would suggest with eye contact, you were, how to say, looking down because of the sadness of the situation. I would suggest to pay more, to work on eye contact, but I feel like it was maybe part of your like delivery, not too much eye contact, because you could, how to say, deliver the sadness, the emotions that you feel. And yeah, I really like when you ask questions, when you make poses, and when you explain it, your audience got engaged. Thank you so much, John. It was very emotional, very effective, and I really understood what you meant by your message, because it triggered me, even my memory with my grandmother. And I could feel why you feel a little bit relief, because she didn't experience that pain, because she was experiencing so much pain being at the hospital, not just being on the bed. Thank you so much. Back to you, Miss Fatima.
Thank you so much, Lola. Your first attempt in doing an evaluation, well done. And I challenge you to keep doing that. The more you evaluate, people will learn. And that's one thing in Toastmasters I love most, because we give feedback and we take on board. Just a little suggestion to you, Lola, because you get 2 to 3 minutes. It's always encouraged that we give some positive feedback, and then we also give suggestions how they can take up their speech to the next level. Now, you captured very well all the good points, and it was on the red that you started giving a suggestion, which I would invite you to start early on, so you will have more time to give improvement. Well done, continue doing, and I'm sure you will be which you aspire to be great leaders here, like Teresa, Shomesh, Kaushal, and the rest of us here. We do good evaluations in our club. So well done. Now let me invite the second evaluator, that is Aska's speech, or will be evaluated by Shomesh. Over to you, Shomesh.
Thank you very much, Madam General Evaluator, fellow Toastmasters, welcome guests, and especially Aska. Her speech was from Persuasive Speaking Level 3 Presentation Mastery. And the purpose of the speech was to understand the types of persuasive speeches and deliver a persuasive speech at a club meeting. And the project focuses on helping the speaker to develop or support a viewpoint and identify the most appropriate type of persuasive speech for the topic that the speaker is choosing. So this was the goal of the project. And the evaluation that I'm going to do would be in terms of the content, the presentation, the connection, and the conclusion. These are the 4 things that we'll try and understand how Aska delivered her speech on. So the topic, first of all, the topic was about happiness is a mindset. And there was an introduction in the speech about cultivating a happiness mindset. Content was excellent. You had a very good beginning in which you actually asked a question to the audience and asked them to put their answer in the chat. So this is a very good way of starting a speech. Generally, they talk about hook in a speech. Hook is when we give a quote or when we engage the audience to interact with us. So then you have the audience hooked onto you. And you did very good job there, Aska, in terms of asking that question, and then you were getting lots of answers from the people as well. So you had the people hooked. Now, the whole content aspect, I would just go into that in a very brief way. You mentioned about your happiness and well-being experience that you're taking as a coach, which was a very good way of personalizing your speech, because that is extremely important. And this is where I have a recommendation for you as well. When you're personalizing a speech, you can actually give an anecdote from your own experiences as well. What kind of aspirations you have in terms of you yourself going in the route of a happiness coach, for example. And how would you coach your client? Or if you have done some coaching to your client, how did it go? What was the experience? How did the client react to it? So if you share some of the anecdotes of your own experience, that would be the recommendation that I would give to you in terms of how you can bring your speech to the next level. So I was talking about content. Content was extremely good. You were mentioning about 3 takeaways, which is really good for persuasiveness. You mentioned about gratitude, journal, three points of gratitude, writing it down. So all those were very nice aspect of trying to understand. Presentation was done very well. As I mentioned, the hook was very good. And then you had the whole transition from the body to the conclusion in a very nice way. And then the third thing that I mentioned was about the connection, which you already had. And the fourth about the conclusion. So conclusion is where I have one more recommendation where you can bring it felt as if it was a little bit of an abrupt type of ending of the speech. So you could try and understand how you can make the conclusion a little bit more content where you can put in a quote or something in the end, and then with the quote you can complete the speech. Except for these small recommendations, a great speech, and continue to keep doing your speeches. Over to you, Madam General Evaluator.
Thank you so much. This is Somesh is a good evaluator. So he covered all the good points as well as some recommendations. Thank you so much. Now, as we have less time, I will invite all those technical role players to be very brief and to the point. May I invite a timer to give the timer's report. Over to you, Kaushal.
Yes, Madam General Evaluator. For our speakers today, the time limit was to be between 5 and 7 minutes. John spoke for 7 minutes, 57 seconds. Asuka for 6 minutes, 56 seconds. For the table topics, the time limit was 1 to 2 minutes. Isam spoke for 1 minute 53, Irfan for 1 minute 9 seconds, Abdul for 1 minute 38 seconds, Koshal for 1 minute 32 seconds, and Fatima for 2 minutes 17 seconds. For the evaluation speeches, the time limit is 2 to 3 minutes. Lola spoke for 4 minutes 57 seconds, Somesh for 3 minutes 37 seconds. A lot of ambition. People have a lot to say. Back to you, Madam General Evaluator.
Thank you. So may I remind again, be punctual, on time. We as Advanced Club need to learn. Isam, I'm sorry, I will have to give you a very short time. Over to you to just briefly give your primary report. Thank you.
Thank you. Just to keep it brief, 2 takeaways, 2 special lines I would like to highlight for the meeting. Set audacious goal and be a dreamer. The second one is happiness is a mindset. In terms of word of the day, out of the 10 people, I observed 5 people using the word of the day, aspire. Out of it, Fatima used most. Back to you.
Woohoo! Thank you. I got a medal today. Now, my report, I just keep very short. As an advanced club, I feel so proud, and being the president, I have to say, all of you are attending and we displaying that we are in advanced club. And to all the role players, you always amaze me by giving your best and level. And for the Toastmaster of the day, table topics master, timer, grammarian, and evaluators, you have done a good job. With that, I hand over the floor to Toastmaster of the day for her final remarks. Brief. Over to you. Thank you.
Thank you, DTM Fatima. Feedback is necessary for all aspiring speakers to grow and improve constantly. We have come to the end of today's session. Before handing it over to our president, I would like to say that the world today needs your audacity. So keep on setting audacious goals and keep on dreaming. Over to DTM Fatima.
I like it when all are together. Time is compressed. We try to meet our timeline for keeping within our hour. I just have to say again, repeat what I said earlier. I'm so proud and pleased with how we are going. And today we had actually two guests who were supposed to attend, and we have a guest here today. And Irfan, he left, he usually attends. Let's keep up and try to bring our club to a high level. And of course, we can invite more people. And that's where we need to hit and get advanced members, I would say, seasoned Toastmasters into club. Thank you so much. And back to our BPE. Teresa, over to you. And I have to run. We have another meeting, so just